I don't know about you guys, but when I first started reselling, I'd walk into a thrift store like this one and not have a clue what I was looking for. And that's why I make these videos every Tuesday. I'm going to show you some stuff that I sold on eBay, stuff that I found at thrift stores, garage sales, and even a new spot. Stuff that you can be on the lookout for yourself. Check it out. So here's a brand you should definitely know. This is Abu Garcia, and this is the Ambassador model fishing reel. Paid $5. I think I actually got 10 reels and rods from a garage sale. Paid $5 a piece. Took the reels off of the rods because the rods were in one piece. That's really hard to ship. And this guy just sold for 50 bucks. It's the model 6500 C3. So here's another Abu Garcia Ambassador made in Sweden fishing reel.
Another one.
Came from the same yard sale as the last one. Paid $5 for it and it sold for 50. And this is the model 4600C. So I sold some doTERRA. If you don't know what that is actually essential oils. Like this is Aroma Touch, On Guard, Slim and Sassy. And none of these bottles are full. This box was full when I found it at Goodwill, but these were off-brand oils. Kept all the doTERRA together, put them up on eBay as a lot. Took a picture of each bottle showing how much was in there, and this just sold for 70 bucks. Only paid $6.99. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite essential oil is. Mine's bacon grease. Shout out to my wife for finding this guy. This is a vintage Woolrich field coat. You can see it's got this nice blanket lining with a cool Aztec pattern. Paid $5.75 for it at Goodwill. It's not in great condition. It's got some stains and whatnot throughout. And she actually found it in the kids section. We were leaving Goodwill. She was walking by the kids section, spotted this. We decided to pick it up for $5.75, and it sold after a couple of months for $72.50. So here's a really good brand to be on the lookout for. This is Zojirushi. This happens to be a rice steamer. They also make bread makers and other different kitchen appliances. The bread maker is actually pretty valuable, one of the few that are. This rice cooker is also pretty valuable, and they sell really quick. Picked this one up from Goodwill, paid up for it a little bit, paid $30, but the inside is basically new. It's perfectly clean, and it sold in a couple of days for $110. So I was going to wait until the video came out, but I'll go ahead and let you guys in on a little secret. I went to a storage unit auction and bought an abandoned storage unit. And I actually had it paid for before I even had everything loaded into the truck. So everything that I sell on eBay now is pure profit. That's what I've been referring to as a bulk buy recently. And I actually found this thing in there. This is a Bostitch battery charger. Definitely something you want to be on the lookout for. When I listed this one, there was 3 listed and 17 had sold. Once again, I really didn't pay anything for it because it's already paid for, and it sold for $69.99. Sold a golf bag. This is a Titleist carry bag or Sunday bag. Just a lightweight bag, doesn't even have any structure to it. You can throw a few clubs in and go to the driving range or go walk a few holes. But I paid $5.99 for it from Goodwill. It was actually sitting in a pile and just kind of a heap like this at Goodwill. Saw the tag. It's not new, unfortunately. It does have a few scratches and scuffs, but I paid $5.99 for it from Goodwill, and it sold for $80 in a couple of weeks on eBay. So I believe I've found the most valuable Polaroid camera that I've ever found. It's a Polaroid Cube. Apparently it's some kind of action camera, I guess like a GoPro. Found it in the storage unit. It's brand new and sealed, never used. Don't really have anything into it, and it sold for $89.99 in about a week. These old Sony Handycams are definitely worth looking up if you see them at a garage sale. This is a Sony DCR TRV 280. My stepdad actually picked this one up from a garage sale. Paid $15 for it. It's in really good condition, and it sold for $102 in a couple of weeks on eBay. So best sale of the week, and I don't even have footage for you guys. Like I had them sitting on a table, I had my GoPro out, I was filming, I was telling you guys all about them, but apparently I didn't hit record or it didn't stick to the memory card. Not real sure what happened, but I do have like random footage of me shipping these things for some reason. I don't know. But honestly, I don't think it really matters because I'm not 100% sure what these things are anyway. Pulled them out of the storage unit, looked up the model numbers, and it says there's some kind of fuse panel. Couldn't find any listed or sold on eBay. Decided to look on Terapeak, and they were bringing some really good money. Unfortunately, like I said, I couldn't test mine, so I had to sell them for parts as is. And luckily, they actually sold pretty quick, in like 2 days. One of them sold for $200, the other one sold for $300, both to the same buyer. That's a pretty good sale out of that storage unit. So this is one of those things that I bought at Goodwill just because I thought it was cool. It's a vintage Field and Stream chore coat. You can see the label on the inside there. It's just a tan or khaki chore coat with a corduroy collar. And the reason I thought it was cool was because of the lining. I've never seen one with like a decorative lining with all these different birds and stuff on it. Just thought it was really neat. Paid $5.75 for it at Goodwill. It took a little while to sell, probably 3 or 4 months. It sold for $42.50. So this is probably one of the creepier Santa Clauses that I've ever seen. Picked this guy up from a garage sale, paid $1 for him, and it's actually not a puppet. It is a golf club head cover. Like I said, I paid $1 for him, and he sold for $28.50. Definitely took a while to sell, like probably 5 or 6 months, but I guess they were waiting until a little closer to Christmas. Sold a hunter's manual, and this is actually a handbook distributed by the NRA back in 1950. Found this in a big box of ephemera that I bought from a garage sale. Paid $20 for everything, and it probably had thousands of different pieces of paper in it. I've kind of been selling them along and along. This guy just sold for 10 bucks. So here's another storage unit find. This is a front faceplate for a Dell PowerEdge 1900 server. It's just basically the front cover of a Dell server. And honestly, I didn't have much hope that this would sell when I listed it, but I figured if I had it, I might as well list it. Actually sold in 2 days for $29.95. There were like 5 listed and none had sold. Not sure why the buyer picked that one, but I'm glad they did. I don't find this brand very often, but when I do, they tend to sell pretty quick. This is a new AHNU, and these shoes are in really good condition. They're men's hiking sandals. I believe I paid $6.99 for them from the Salvation Army, and they sold in like 2 weeks for $42.50. So you guys already know Carhartt always sells, even in bad condition. I mean, this jacket's got some pretty heavy wear on it. Got some tears on the cuffs of the sleeves there, some heavy staining at the bottom. Paid $5 for this guy when my daughter and I went up to Virginia for the 100-mile yard sale, and it sold after a couple of months, I guess when it finally got cold, for $59.50. So I sold a Christmas ornament. This is a Hallmark keepsake, Captain America the Winter Soldier Christmas ornament. It's from 2014. I actually picked this up in a bulk buy that I did, a bulk buy that's already paid for, so this is basically free, and it sold for $18. If you can find them new or in a packaging that's not damaged like this, they actually sell for like 25 or 26, and they sell pretty quickly too. This one sold in like 3 days. So I found this driver at Goodwill quite some time ago, paid $2.99 for it, and it's a tailor-made R7 Super Quad driver. And you would think a big fancy driver like this would sell for a lot of money. They really don't. I had this one priced at $54. Buyer sent me an offer of $47. Decided to take it since I've had it so long. Got 2 vintage t-shirts going out, and they're actually going to the same buyer, so I can combine shipping, which I really like. Both of them came from Goodwill, paid $1.50 a piece. This is a vintage 1990s Snoopy I'm Allergic to Mornings t-shirt. Once again, I paid $1.50 for it, and it sold for $24. This is a vintage Ocean Blue Protect Our Seas t-shirt. Paid $1.50 for it, and it sold for $17.